Hello everyone and welcome to Captain's Video Blog. We are Saturday, July the 9th, 2016 and look at this. These are the blinds of my bedroom. This is the only part of the garden where there's been an actual attempt at gardening. I mean, there has been. We're actually Sunday morning, which means that France plays against Portugal in less than 10 hours. No, what the fuck am I saying? In more than 12 hours, a bit more. In the finals of the Euro 2016. It's actually a bit hot already. I've had, projects for this part because the plants are not mine, but I've had for a long time the project of putting, something like, I don't know, some kind of something to create a little bit of shade, because during the summer, you see, the mornings we are fully to the east. It makes for really hot mornings and really hot days. So a little bit of shade would be cool, I guess. Yeah. Oh, there's a bottle of water. I should probably get it in before it explodes. So yeah. Yesterday was the first big stage in the Pyrenees, with the climbs of the Pyrenees and the Tourmalet, and Christopher Froome won. He went on a breakaway during the really final part of the stage, right after being at the top of the Pyrenees. Yeah, he decided to go for it and went on a pretty dangerous descent, because there's this the riders, they have different methods on how to sit on the bike to penetrate the air and go faster, and his method was one that I actually saw before in the Tour de France, which was used by Linus Gerdemann, young German rider at the time, upstart, riding for the T-Mobile team. That's to say how long ago it was. He had the yellow jersey for like one day, and then was controlled positive for EPO, I think, and then we never heard of him again. Or we never heard of him again anyway, but it's either EPO or an injury. And then created some kind of controversy because the most of the German channels that were broadcasting the Tour de France in Germany decided to cut off their deal with an immediate effect, which meant that right in the middle of the Alps, suddenly you only had one channel to follow the Tour de France, and it wasn't even the full stage or major parts of the stage. It was just tidbits. So that was fun, and I think it wasn't even resolved by the beginning of the next Tour de France. So I think that it was only a private channel that aired it, because they were a bit pissed at how the German riders were treated, with Jan Ulrich being accused of doping, and pretty much the T-Mobile team being accused of team-organized doping. Fun times. Anyway, yeah. Christopher Froome, by winning this stage, has won the yellow jersey and made the Tour de France just a lot less fun. So yeah, why am I awake right now? Well, I didn't really sleep yesterday. I only slept like couple of hours after the end of the stage because I wanted to sleep until like 3 in the afternoon. Except that at 2 in the afternoon I still wasn't asleep, so I was like, well, fuck it, I'm getting up. And for maybe 3 hours I felt fine, and then right as the stage ended, I was like, well, fuck this, I'm drifting. So yeah, and I stayed awake most of the night even though I was tired, because at one point I saw the hour and I was like, well, shit, Brock Lesnar might be fighting soon. And indeed he did. He fucked up Mark Hunt. That wasn't pretty to watch, really. Like they said, the experts said that if Hunt was able to land a strike first, he would have the match won. If Brock were able to do the first takedown, he would have the match won. And Brock Lesnar had the match won unanimously, 29-27, with really clear victories in the first and the third round. The second one was, it was a breather, because he spent most of the first and the third rounds on the ground, holding Mark Hunt, punching him, and Mark Hunt wouldn't pass out at the end. Like he said in the end, in an interview after the match, yeah, I wanted to fight the match, but his head is like a coconut. He wouldn't pass out. So yeah, but still, pretty impressive win, given the fact that you would expect Brock to have some kind of octagon rust, much like you would have ring rust after not competing in a ring for a long time. But no, he is still as dominant as ever, and he beat a top 10 heavyweight, which means that he should that not be a one-off appearance, he might as well challenge for the title pretty soon. That's just crazy stuff. Like he decided to go to UFC on a whim, pretty much. He's got a match at SummerSlam against Randy Orton, and suddenly he could be in the title picture for the UFC Undisputed Heavyweight Championship. That's crazy stuff. And we're oh boy, we are going to hear a lot of it from Paul Heyman from Monday to SummerSlam, and even after, depending on the result. Yeah. What else is there to say? Yeah. So the main event was for the bantamweight championship between the champion and the number 4. And I had the champion keeping her title, but I don't want to buy into that kind of fake controversy, but there was kind of a knee strike, an illegal knee strike. Now I don't know if it connected or not. Everybody said that it didn't, so I want to believe that. But still, rear back choke, victory, new bantamweight champion. God, if we want to make jokes, we could compare that to how much the titles in WCW were changing hands by 2000. Like it was just a prop, it wasn't a belt anymore. But there, it's fucking legit. Literally, you cannot be more legit than this. So yeah, gonna see just how hot it is. Am I going to burn my fingers? No, it's okay. I guess that with the night, the heat isn't quite there right now. No, it's not cold either, so there's nothing new I can do about the sweat purling on my forehead. Yeah, so I'm really anticipating today's stage because starts in Spain, arrives in Andorra, first arrival at the top of a climb. That's gonna be interesting. Usually it's in the Pyrenees. When it's in the Pyrenees, it's usually on the first day, like when you arrive at Axe or stuff like that. But yeah, this time it's Andorra Arpelis. That's gonna be really interesting. Even though Chris Froome is probably gonna win because obviously. But yeah, and then Monday is the break in Andorra. Tuesday they arrive in France. I don't know if I'm going to Tuesday or Thursday stage because both are pretty close to where I live, so yeah, I'll think about that. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. God, it's already pretty hot in this morning.